Yo, so I'm back in my Hobbit workshop, the place I want to be. I have really felt lost a bit over Christmas because I've not been in my my workshop. Basically just sort of walked through, picked a few bits up. But I'm happy to say I am back. I am back in my workshop. I did have an epileptic fit. It was yesterday morning. But I feel okay. I'm back to it. Christmas was great. It really was. Got my new bobble hat. I got my Beats. Amazing. I am going live tomorrow. If you're still here after 35 seconds, I'm pretty sure you're going to settle into this video. Probably be no longer than 3 or 4 minutes. You know, do that. You know, pause me and go make a coffee, get your bowl of Quality Street or whatever you like over Christmas. Quality Street. Why did I go straight for Quality Street? It's more celebrations now, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, go and get your bowl of Quality Street. Not celebrations. Quality Street only. Put it down by the side of you and just relax and watch me make a fool of myself trying to change the blade on my Bosch. Well, I say trying to change the blade on Bosch. I'm confident in doing it as I do it all the time. However, I don't know if it's just me, but when changing blades and doing maintenance on your own tools, you seem to forget steps or forget where the locking... No, I don't know if it's just me. I forget sometimes where you lock the blade. My locking blade is on top on the Bosch. I will pick the phone up in a minute and show you. I'm just explaining why I'm changing the blade. So I went and helped my friend before Christmas do laminate flooring. If you fancy giving laminate floor a go, I would suggest absolutely. It's very easy to do. If you like jigsaw puzzles or anything that sort of, I don't know, goes to get any sort of puzzle really, but it's dead easy. You can't really get it wrong. That being said, the things that you mainly would get wrong is the cuts. Once you've got the idea in your head of how to put laminate down, you just stagger it, obviously. You decide if you're going to reuse your offcut at one end to start the next end. It's a choice, maybe it's a customer's choice, maybe it's your choice, but look into that. I will delve a little bit more into that in my videos next year. But for now, I used my chop saw, or mitre saw as some call it. I like calling it a chop saw. Yeah. So basically I use my chop saw and it absolutely destroys your blade. What I mean by that is that my blade teeth will go completely smooth and even it will smoke and burn and try and cut the way through the laminate. I make a blade without trying to damage my motor too much last me. This is a good chop saw. It's Bosch. It cost me about 380 quid at the time. It's battery powered and I'll take the battery out for safety reasons. Obviously, if you're changing a battery, unplug and take your batteries out. So now I know that my blade is destroyed. What I would say is if ever you're going to do laminate flooring, use an old blade anyway. This blade, it wasn't the best. It was on its way out. I'd used it for a week or two on my projects. I'd clipped the odd nail here and there that I didn't want to clip. And I was happy to use the blade for laminate because I knew it would absolutely destroy it. So I'm going to pick you up now and make a little bit of noise. And I'll show you the reason why it makes a little bit of noise. This is my phone holder. It's ace. I absolutely love it. You can bend it wherever you want. I've got a couple in the workshop. I've even got one in the bedroom so I can watch my iPad at night. Anyway, so this is my Bosch chop saw. My lock is here. So when I press that down and move my blade slightly, you should be able to feel it locate. So it locks. Once that is locked, I then can hold on to my blade carefully. If you want to put gloves or whatever on and you want to be namby-pamby, put gloves on. I've got tape. Hence why my fingers are all cut, most people say. So ultimately, don't be an idiot. Wear some gloves when changing your blades. Saves your fingers, doesn't it? Makes sense, makes sense. So, I'll put you back in my holder and I am going to press that little button, which locks. I'm going to hold that up. So, it's locked my blade now. I've got no battery in, so there's no power. This is where your lefty-loosey, righty-tighty goes out the window. If your blade is spinning on the likes of these machines, it'll spin clockwise. So if you think you're tightening something up clockwise, the spin of your blade will want to spin your screw loose. So they are opposite thread. The lefty loosey righty tighty is the other way. So there you go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Right is to loosen. So clockwise is to loosen on a blade. Again, the reason for that is it will want to work itself out when it's cutting. You want the screw or bolt to go opposite to which way your blade is spinning, and on these machines, that's the reason for that. Now you'll have a center plate as well. Be careful once your bolt or your screw is out, this center plate will drop off and want to go into your machine or drop on the floor and cause you to be a pain in the arse. Hold the guard up, slide your blade out. Now, the reason I've left it that way round is it's a good practice when you're first changing these blades to put it somewhere where in the exact same position as it was in your blade. Now I try and do this as a rule of thumb no matter what you're doing. If you're working on a blind, for instance, and you're a pull down blind, all your bits, anything that you take off from that side, put down to your sides. If you put them all in pots, sometimes you don't know where the shit goes back to. Well, I don't anyway. So try and put them in a position that they were, so you can literally walk up and go, okay, that was the blade, that's how it was when it was in the saw. So all I do now is I get my new blade. Let me just let this guard go a sec. So I've got my new blade, got it from Amazon, about 18 quid. I think I found these blades to be okay. And again, not paid, not sponsored. If you're still here after 6 minutes 42 seconds, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. I'm just showing you how to change this blade. The reason this blade has quite a lot of teeth, I believe it has 100 teeth on it, it does, means it will cut finer wood. So it won't be as nasty, it'll be a lot finer. So if I had teeth on this, let's say if I had 25 teeth, it would cut faster, but it would make more of a mess. It would look a bit of a snarly mess at the end when you're cutting your timber. I don't like that. I would rather change my blades more often to get a neater, nicer cut. Granted, they don't last as long. They come with some inserts as well, so if you did order the wrong one, or if a blade you were limited to you having to use, you can adapt them into smaller diameters to fit. I've never had to do that. I don't particularly like the idea of that, if I'm honest. It'll always come with a protective coating on the outside. Again, this is a sharp blade. I can feel it under my hands, but it's not sort of ow sharp. So again, if you want to wear gloves, do so, or just be very careful, or if you want to look stupid, put tape on your hands like I do. This can be a little bit of a faff, getting it back in. Again, hold your guard out the way is normally the key, like I didn't do. The bit that I told you not to lose, don't lose. Then that center piece goes back in, and again, these all locate. Now, different machines obviously will work in different ways, but the principles will all be very, very similar. So I can get this screw started. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty is now in reverse, so I'm tightening it up by going to anti-clockwise or the left. I can do that, virtually get it all the way pinched up without locking my blade into its locked position. So once it's pinched, there you go, it's pinched now. I can release the guard. I can re-lock my blade. Let's just check it's locked. No. Let's get it locked in. Oh, it is locked. That's it, that's it. Now I can tighten it. So now it's locked in, I can see that's now come out of its locked position, and I'll press my lock again. Now locked in again. Give it a pinch. That's it. Don't have to go crazy. I really didn't go crazy then. I just like leaning on it, giving it a bit, and then releasing. It's all good. And then just check your blade isn't this, by the way. Some of the Allen keys will come with your tool. They'll just be hidden. They'll be slid in somewhere. Again, look in your manual, or if you have a good look around. Mine's just at the back to the right hand side. It gives you an Allen key that you can use. Very helpful at times, to be perfectly honest. Let's just see if it's not binding. We'll check with a bit of old timber to make sure the cut is nice, and you'll understand what I say. Nearly 10 minutes if you're still watching, with no battery. Like butter. And that's the finish that it will give you. We're 10 minutes in now. If you've clicked and watched this, thank you very much. If there's anything else I can help you with, reach out. I genuinely will try to get back to everybody. I'm not paid, I'm not sponsored. If you're still here, click and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.